What's up, YouTube world? So I made a few purchases today. Actually, I bought this online yesterday. I was in Tractor Supply the other day, and I happened to see it in there. I thought it was neat, you know, just perfect size for my setup I got in here. Watch out, man. For my setup I got in here, and because I've been wanting an air compressor. I got this little thing. It come off with an old nail gun I had. It's like a 2-gallon compressor, and just to pump a tire up to pressure when it's, you know, only like halfway low or even a few pounds low, it takes like 5 or 6 times to pump all the way up. Then you put some air in there, you got to stop, let it repump, and anyway, so it's too little. So I need another one. I thought about getting either the Porter cable or the little Craftsman, you know, like 6-gallon or whatever, pancakes, just the bigger pancakes. Those work really well, especially with like air guns and stuff like that, and just pumping tires up. So I was gonna get one of them just set up somewhere, but I saw this one and I thought that'd be cool. If I really need a portable one, I can still use this one. But so for my home setup, I saw this, and today just happened to be Black Friday, but you know, they have the sales going, you know, the day before or whatever. So it's normally like $280 plus tax, so about $300, but it was on sale for $199, well, $200 basically plus tax. It's like 220 bucks, and it's a 24-gallon Porter cable air compressor. It's got the wheels and then the handle there, obviously, and then the compressor. It's like a direct, I think it's called a direct compressor. It's not a belt drive, it's just a direct drive, whatever, compressor. Now they had a DeWalt. They had a DeWalt one, which had, I think, the belt drive set up, which is like on the higher end ones, but not everybody got DeWalt money. So anyway, my dad normally, and that's another reason why I didn't have an air compressor before now, really, other than that one, is because usually I go to my dad's shop, and I'll throw a picture or a video of it up right here so you can see it's a 60-gallon. It's also a Porter cable, but like I said, it's the belt drive and all that. I think it's a 2-stage compressor, but it's a 60-gallon tank, and it does pretty much anything and everything you need to. So usually if I need really an air compressor for anything much, like to do some tire lug nuts, use an impact gun or something like that, I go over there. But just to work on like the lawnmower, my motorcycle, or put air in the tires, whatever, I wanted something else. So I bought this one on sale for $200. And right here, we're fixing to get it set up over there. So I'll show you what we got going over here. Anyway, here it's got a tag. It shows you what all you can run. The green stuff, obviously, you can run no problem. Yellow is kind of iffy. Like, for example, I think it's got a like a paint gun. You'd probably have to use, I mean, if you're painting something small, you can get by with the HVLP, but anything bigger than a small item, you would probably need to run a low LVLP, low volume, low pressure paint gun. And then down here, some of your bigger stuff. Like, it'll even run an impact decent, it says, but down here in the red is stuff you would not want to run. I don't know if you can see that, but I looked it up, and it's got like a 50% duty cycle, and obviously, like I said, 24-gallon tank. So decent little setup for a little home like shop, you know, which y'all showed y'all this before if y'all seen my other videos, but it's a decent little shop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw it in the corner over here. Watch out, baby. I got this here, and you know what? This was on sale. Like I said, I was gonna get the little bit bigger pancake, but it was like $150, and for $50 more, you get this one, which is 3 or 4 times the amount of air. So that's why I got that. And then I got a reel set up. My dad's got one of these hooked to his other one, so I know they're pretty decent, even though they're hyper tough. Because hyper tough, sometimes, you know, you get some good stuff, some not so great. Anyway, so probably screw it over there by my extension cord reel, but it works pretty good. So I'll put it up here. And then I got this because I'm gonna run from the tank to it, which, you know, I'll show y'all all this in a minute when I get done, but I only needed like 12, 14 foot, but they didn't have that. They had 50 was the lowest. And they had some cheaper, like the, I forgot what it's called. hose. But this was the same hose that was on here, so I just got it till I sort of all match. I'm probably gonna chop it off. I got a repair kit for a air hose, just some fittings and stuff, because it's got the pre-made fittings on there already. But once I get run through here, I'll show you all this in a minute. I'm gonna run it back behind the studs like I did the wiring in the grooves into to where the reel is. But anyway, I gotta chop it off so I don't have a lot of extra. Basically the tank, which the way it's set up is good. The handle here and the wheels are there, so I can roll it into the corner over there. That's gonna be moved. And see, the regulator and all that's on this side, and then this is coming out the left side, which is great because I can come out when I come out and go behind all that to the reel. But like I said, y'all see that in a minute. So anyway, I'm gonna get it moved in over here. It's gonna go right there. This is gonna slide over just one, well, eventually this is coming out of here completely. It's temporary. That will be moved like over here so I can get my lawnmower up a little farther, but I'm gonna move it, scoot it around a little bit and put my tank right there real quick. And then I'll show you the other setup. Now the fittings and all in this thing, I tell y'all what, well, the Walmart fittings, like the Hyper Tough fittings are okay. Now the Hyper Tough fittings and all is pretty good. There's like, for 2-pack, it's like $3. It's like $4 for these, and they're brass. So, you know, brass is better, but anyway. I got some Teflon tape, but I got some pipe dope. This stuff works a lot better, so I'm gonna use that. And then, yeah, like I said, that's just two different kinds. But anyway, so those weren't bad. Now, from Tractor Supply, God, this stuff's done got crazy. These are like $5 a piece, but I got 2 for $3 at Walmart. And you know, this is probably not even American made. Let me look and see. Yeah, made in China. So if I'm gonna buy something from China, why not spend less money for something from China than more money for something from China? So that's ridiculous. Now it's probably a little bit better quality, but not really. So those are $5 a piece compared to 3 for 2. I forgot how much that is, but anyway, these are like $17 a piece for the little cutoff valves, little ball valves. So this stuff is more than I expected, but anyway, that's one of my barbs for my hose kit. But so let's go. This is the book coming with the compressor. Right there, it tells you all your warranty information and what to do and all that. And then this is the filter that screws in here. So the oil, it came with the oil. I got it right here because it was leaking. It was zip tied too. It's got a hole in it. But really, you pour your oil in here, and you just fill it up halfway up the cycle glass. You know, run it for a cycle, and then just top it off. Make sure it's halfway. Pour that in there, and then this is the air filter that goes in right here, which I'll get to all that in a minute. But like I said, it's got your pressure. Got your pressure in here, and then it's got your regulator here. That just tells you how much is in the tank, and this is how much is coming out. And then of course you got your bleed valve there. And then this knob just adjusts your regulator. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this off, put the ball valve on there, and then put this threaded into that so that I can keep it shut off. I'll keep pressure on this all the time, so if I just need to use it, I can use the air that's in it, cut the ball valve, you know, open the valve, use the air that's in it, and then close it. Because sometimes, you know, these will leak a little bit. So I'm putting my valve so I can keep it closed or keep the pressure on it all the time for when I need it. But just your typical, you know, switch. Also, it's got the little valve on here, ball valve for you can drain the moisture out, whatever. I had a different one. That one seems to be pretty good, so I'm gonna leave it on. I had an extra one of these to use in case, but I'll just have it for later. I might take it back considering that thing was 17 bucks. But anyway, so that one under there is pretty good. Another thing about it is it sits up high enough to where I can get under there to open that valve, so I don't really need to run a hose out, which is the reason I was going to use that other one, because I could put a fitting on the end of it down there and run a little hose out to drain. But it sits up high enough I could slide, you know, a little cut off water bottle or just a little drain pan or something under there and drain some moisture out if I need to. So anyway, I thought it was pretty decent. We're gonna test it out in a minute when I get it all hooked up and plug it in and see how it runs, and y'all see how it goes. I'm gonna shut up talking. All I ever do in my videos is talk half the time. So let me set this down, get everything moved up here, and show y'all what's up with it. I pressure check. I put some pressure on this one after I put this in so it doesn't leak. I don't like this housing. It's, to say cheaply made, it's very cheaply made, but the way the cap and all goes on, I just don't like that. If there's a way, excuse me, if there's a way to use like an old lawnmower air filter housing, something that you could thread in there, or adapter to put some of them on these threads, something to go in there, that'd be nice. But you know, it's fine. I'm gonna leave it for now. I'll run it in a second because it's full, so it won't run yet on the switch. It cuts off at about 150 psi or just before, but pretty much right at it automatically. But I keep it obviously switched off when I'm not in here. I'm gonna blow some stuff off in just a minute and turn it on, let you hear it run. My dad's got a Porter cable, 60-gallon one with a belt-driven motor. It's great. I'll throw a little clip of it up right here on some B-roll. But it's really nice to do anything you want. You know, paint anything pretty much. You can paint a car with it and all kind of stuff. So anyway, so I knew Porter cable was pretty decent. So that's why I went with this one. A little setup here. This is the Hyper Tough from Walmart, $50 reel. This is 3/8. They didn't have quarter, which for his is 3/8 anyway, which you would want if you was going to do any kind of painting or anything bigger for more flow. But I run it behind the wall in the grooves, you know, the 10, just this quick connect here. And this hose, they didn't have any. I was just going to get some off the roll of my auto parts, or not auto parts, my hardware store, but they had everything but 3/8. So, and because that was 3/8, I wanted to stay 3/8 and not run quarter, which it wouldn't make much difference because the fittings are quarter. And come behind there and just went under and come in right here. Let me get over here where you can see. Extension cord, it swivels. So it gets out the way. That's what I like. This, it comes under here. This is 3/8. So I put an adapter and then just put an elbow and put these, put my fittings on there. I did that because I didn't want to pop straight in because it'd come out and hit my lawnmower trying to pull in. So I did that. And originally I wanted that back here out of the way, but I didn't know if I could fit it in there. Got it all together and looked, and it would fit barely, but I already had it mounted on the wall, and that's out of the way, easier to get to. So I just left it like that. Actually, it looks, I mean, it's fine. This is not a swivel. I would have liked to have a swivel, but it didn't come like that. They have some, but they're more expensive also than this. Well, on Amazon they had some. They didn't have any at Walmart. So what I did is this useless space right here between the stud and the window, if you can see that. So basically this useless space there, I cut some 2 2x4s here because that base plate's pretty wide, and screwed it to the stud from that side, drilled some 4 new holes, like 1/4-inch holes, and got 4 1/4-inch bolts to go through this plate because these were really big, and even this top one slotted, and I was gonna flip it this way, so these are at the top instead of the bottom. And I just drilled my holes and mounted it here. These are 2-inch, or I'm sorry, I think 2.5. Could have went with 2-inch, but I didn't know how, I forgot how thick this bracket was. But, you know, that's fine, I can cut them off. But, so there's that. I got it facing that way, since it does not swivel. And it looks pretty clean. I like the good clean setup there. And this, like I said, I can move it in and out of the way. So, whatever. This is the real stop. You can, see, it's got little teeth in there to catch or whatever. The real stop, you can move it out. And actually, what I'm going to do is loosen these up and move it down about right here so it don't stick out and hang out so far. But there's that. And I'll blow some stuff off real quick and let y'all hear, just let y'all hear this Porter cable run. It's kind of loud. I mean, if you're standing here with me and I was trying to talk to you while I was running, I could still talk to you and you can hear me and all that, but it's pretty loud. But I mean, it's not like louder than any other air compressor type loud. It's just not one of the quiet ones. You know, they have some now that are designed to run quieter, which it's just not. It's just your average regular compressor, but for $200, I mean, hey, let me give you, I don't remember all the specs. I think right there, okay. 150 PSI max, 4 CFM at 90 PSI, 1.5 horsepower, 24 gallon. I think it does, it's 4 CFM at 90 PSI, and it's bigger than, it's like 8 or so. I forgot to look at the paperwork. But for like 30 PSI, it's higher than that. It's like 8, 9, somewhere close to 10. But obviously at 90 PSI, it's gonna cut it in half. Anyway, to change the oil, see the sight glass is, you know, it's got like socket shape to it. Just throw your socket on there and loosen that up. Of course, you'll have to tilt the compressor over a little bit so you can get it drained out. But you take that out and, you know, you drain it in a cup or whatever and set it back over, tighten it back up, and then refill it here. I didn't mention that before. So let me blow some stuff off real quick, and then I'll let you hear it run and let you hear it cut off. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, these fittings right here I got from Walmart. Hyper Tough brand fittings, but they're nice. You know, this is the kind, you don't have to pull them back to put the male end in there and then let it go. You just pop your male in and it locks in already. These, you know, all those newer fittings nowadays are pretty much like that, but that's nice. Get my little blower. I'm gonna blow some stuff off. And these fittings, I'm on my phone, so I'm gonna try to get this where, should have got my GoPro, but I'm on the phone, so let me hold this. I was gonna try to hold it where you can see. See, they just pop in like that. We can do it one-handed, that's what's nice. So, turn my pressure on. There we go. And we'll just run the pressure on up here. Blow it off. Let it get down a little bit. And then I'll flip on the compressor so y'all can hear it run. Or I might we'll just go ahead and flip it so y'all can hear it kick on. So if you notice, it's dark now. I got my lights on because I had an eye doctor appointment. I almost forgot about how to go. So anyway, I had a slight hissing noise from this one and one of those. So I snugged it on down a little tighter, and it's good now because I just had them snug to start with. But anyway, blow some of this, take some of the pressure off, and it'll kick on. You hear it run and kick off. Which is another reason I needed the air compressor in here, because of the just blowing stuff off and whatnot. Kind of loud. So it just cut off, it cuts off at just below 150. So it cut on like 100, around 100 pounds, or slightly over, and then cuts off at 150. So anyway, keep the switch off. So that's it for that. Just a basic compressor setup. It's kind of loud. I mean, it's kind of loud. I mean, if I'm standing, like I said before, I think I mentioned that if I'm standing beside you, you can still hear me talking if I talk loud. But I mean, it's not louder than just a regular old standard compressor. So anyway, get this. Rolls back up. So anyway, I like it. It's a pretty good little setup for a little shop like this. I got a Oh, I bought one of these. My old lady's tires need putting some air in them. So I bought this from Walmart. I was gonna test this out. If y'all interested, I'll probably do a quick video on it and give you my thoughts on it. I haven't used it yet. So anyway, it's like what, 15, 20 bucks. The analog version was cheaper. So anyway, I'll do a video on that just to see, test it out, see how it works, and give y'all my thoughts on that. So that'll be the first time I actually use, because I just got this set up, so that'll be the first time I actually use this compressor. But so far I like it. It works like it should. And y'all seen it blowing air, so I'm gonna test that little digital gauge out and pump a tire with it and see how it does. So anyway, that was just wanting to let y'all check this out if y'all are interested in a cheaper compressor setup. So see y'all on the next one.